Welcome to a Besto TV production. If you enjoy our content, please click the subscribe button. To get notifications of new releases, ring that bell. Thank you, and away we go.
This is Mr. Lobo with a Mr. Lobo toy review. Well, I don't know if it's a review. A review implies it's something that I've seen that I'm talking about. I haven't seen this yet, so it's a view. This is a toy view. We're looking at this toy. Let's see it. Let's look at it together, shall we? Mr. Lobo likes toys. In fact, I more than like toys. I have a fondness, deep reverence for toys of all types. And boy, are we fortunate. There is such a glut of just man-baby treasures out there. And boy, it's hard to choose. There's really a glut of remarkable products out there, and we have one here today. This here is a Star Wars item. Is it a review of a toy? If it's even a toy, is this even a toy? That's what we're going to ask ourselves. This here is Luke Skywalker. He is charging over the top of a downed AT-AT Walker. This is a more sophisticated line, so it's the Black Series. Star Wars Black Series Luke Skywalker figure, number 2. I don't know who's number 1. Vader, perhaps, might be the number 1 figure, and then this is number 2. Luke is charging up over the foot of a downed Walker, coming up between the toes. That's a very ticklish spot on the AT-AT Walker. And this is from a sub-series of the Black Series called Centerpiece. So if you're having perhaps your Thanksgiving layout, you have the whole family coming in, you might want to have this right there in the middle of the table, some fresh flowers and this lovely centerpiece of Luke Skywalker coming up over this foot. I'm going to read a little bit of the description of what's happening here. I'll show you the back real quick, actually. This description here is on the back. It's got this item here, the centerpiece, which isn't really an action figure. He's sort of a statue. This is like an adult's toy. This is a statue. It's a staction figure. I don't know if you've heard that term, but that is a static action figure, or just another word for statue. But I've seen that term. We were debating before the show about that term, whether it was specific to a certain company. I think the Masters of the Universe ones that were not toys were the first that I saw that had that name. But they're Thundercats. There have been a lot of things that have come out with that term staction figure, and I think this would qualify as a staction figure. This is it looks like an action figure, but the parts don't move. But it's being displayed here with a couple of honest-to-gosh action figures from your collection. So this could be the centerpiece of your collection, perhaps. If you had a bunch of figures, you could have a bunch of stormtroopers and snowtroopers swarming around him, and you could have that set up, over your mantle at Christmas, or again, Thanksgiving dinner right there on the table. And I'm going to read this back for you now. Luke Skywalker, TM. After Luke's T-47 airspeeder was downed during the invasion of Imperial forces on planet Hoth. Now let me stop it for just 1 second. T-47 airspeeder? I mean, weren't they snow speeders? Or is this all revisionist history stuff? Are we just changing everything because, Disney's, got to make everything their own? Or is it something, does Fox own snow speeders somehow, so they can't call it snow speeder? Luke continued to fight, battling Imperial snowtroopers, well, they can say snowtrooper, and even toppling an AT-AT Walker, which this is just the foot of. I don't know. I'm assuming that if you are a Star Wars fan, and you probably are if you're watching this, that you know what an AT-AT Walker is. All-terrain armored transport. They were based on elephants originally, like Hannibal, coming in on elephants, going to war. Or perhaps they were also, I've heard that they were inspired by, in San Francisco, they have these giant loaders by the docks with these long legs to put cargo onto ships, and they look like these giant 4-legged mechanical beasts. Well, this would be one of them, only on its back with its legs up in the air.
Do you say it at or do you say it AT-AT?
I do not say AT-AT. I feel like even that, even as a Star Wars fan, I feel that's too nerdy. I feel like Star Wars has a lovely abbreviations that are also names. Like R2-D2 has a flow like a name, like you pronouncing it like a name. C-3PO you kind of pronounce as a name, and I think AT-AT kind of goes along with that same thing. Saying AT-AT, I think, is just too much. I think they say it in the movie AT-AT Walker, right? Like a TIE fighter. You don't say a TIE fighter. I'd punch you in the mouth if you said TIE fighter. Twin ion engine. It is a twin ion engine, but just say TIE fighter, don't you? You don't say TIE fighter. Aaron, are you with me on this?
Yeah.
TIE fighter that's a loser move, right?
But yeah, everyone just called them TIE fighters.
TIE fighter, sure. Right.
And the speeders were actually air speeders because Han has to go out on the Tauntaun because they hadn't finished adapting them to the cold.
I know that they didn't finish adapting them to the cold, and the T-47 air speeder, I get it, but I mean, they are snow speeders, right? Don't we call them snow speeders?
We call them snow speeders, but they just modified speeders that were used for something else to fly in the cold because the X-Wings would just crash and blow up in the weather.
I know, that's the story explanation. Yeah. But yes, but they're snow speeders, right? Properly, they're snow speeders.
Yeah.
Later on tonight, Lobo's going to punch Aaron in the mouth.
That's right. And this is Hasbro, which absorbed Kenner. So we've already had toys released as snow speeders, right? We didn't release air speeder toys. Air speeder. Okay. I'm going to just drop that. Now we're going to get into this box. I know you've been waiting way too long, and I know we built it up too much. It's going to be a letdown, whatever's in this box, because we've been talking too much. But we're going to get in it. As you can see, this was probably a return because of this piece of tape that's right here. I don't know if that's true. See, we don't have any. Usually we have a whole table full of tools to get into a box. And then Paul, our producer, said, well, that's goofy. We don't need all that. This is a more sophisticated thing. And here I am trying to be sophisticated, getting my finger in here, and I can't even get in a damn box. Hold on. I got nothing. Okay. I get a fork to get into this very sophisticated adult toy. I'm going to try and get into with a plastic fork. Okay, I'm getting the plastic fork in there, and we're going to pop it. Just one piece of tape. That was the whole thing right there. And like I said, it might have been a return. Might have been someone bought this and went, this action figure doesn't move. Luke's got, frozen shoulder syndrome. I can't make him do anything. What's an air speeder? I want my money back. I thought he was on a snow speeder. Air speeder. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's some nice stuff in there. Oh, and look, there's this piece of snow, and it's got little, I guess, holes here, but that doesn't make sense. The holes for the feet, don't they have holes in their feet? It's got two action figures standing, but the figures don't have pegs sticking out of their feet. They got holes up in their feet. And these footprints have holes up in them. So are there little extra pegs that you put in these holes so that those pegs go in those holes? All right, well, this is the base, obviously. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into this. Hopefully don't have to return it because I'm going to just tear this right now. It's already been returned once. All the people at home go, why did you take it out of the box, you fool? That goes like that. And this is the instructions, okay? Very important. Oh, look at this. There's Luke looking very serious here, This is a character that, this is a check that Lucas just never cashed, this character. What a shame. Luke Skywalker becomes a Jedi in Return of the Jedi for like 2 seconds. Like, I actually don't even think he becomes a full Jedi. He's just like a fake Jedi. It's sort of like, well, I got the outfit and I know a lot of stuff. I guess I can call myself a Jedi now.
I got a laser sword.
And then 25 years later, we never got the Adventures of Luke Skywalker. This takes batteries, so it does something. Doesn't say really much about what it does it? Oh, it does right here. Statue lights up. And then it says it in French, and then like in Portuguese, and then like in Huttese. So it lights up. Oh, shoot. All right, here we go. So this must be the thing that lights up, this explosion. And then maybe this is this the front or this is the explosion? I don't know where it goes. Okay, we'll put that aside. This here is the thing that the battery goes in. Oh, I think I might need a screwdriver to get into this. Use the fork, Luke. Will this fork get into this? Okay, here we go. So this comes with this lovely base, this snow base, which represents a plot of Hoth. There was a lot of plot going on on Hoth, and that's just one of the plots. That was a subplot. Okay, so we got this off. Okay, there's the door. Luckily, we have some Energizer batteries here. So if you buy this, you're going to need it looks like three of these three AAA batteries to go inside this. So if you do buy this, you may want to find that point of purchase display for batteries and get. And this is not sponsored. # not sponsored. We're the Energizer. Or Hasbro. If only. Come on, Hasbro. We're going broke, Hasbro, buying this stuff.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro. Hasbro. Hasbro's like a bro that's a has-been. That bro's all washed up in this town. He's a Hasbro. All right, so that goes in there. So this is the foot of the walker. This would be normally coming down like this, but now this walker's had a rough night. They've got two compartments for the toes. Toe number 1, toe number 2. Let's get not get them mixed up. This is toe number 1, toe number 2. Okay. So I'm just going to see if I could just pop these toes in. I wonder if I can just pop them in. I have a feeling they're going to force me to look at the directions. All right, this toe. I can't get either one of these toes in there. I'm so afraid that I'm going to break this. This is an expensive toy. Okay, I'll have to look at the instructions. And here he is, the man of the hour. He's really in there. You see that? He is just. What?
Is he frozen in carbonite?
This is how they wanted to trap Luke Skywalker. There he is. And then where's his lightsaber? Ah, here it is. So he's got the handle there in case you want to. I guess you could play that he hasn't quite turned it on yet, or suddenly, quite simply, the flick of a button. This is a beautiful action figure. Incredible detail there. I mean, every little strap on every little strap on his boot. Those weird little canisters that they have that are, what are they, power cells? I mean, they're not bullets, but all the Star Wars characters seem to carry around an extra stash of these things, whatever they are.
Extra belt buckles.
Yeah, Gimmer sticks, right?
Flares, maybe.
It could be flares. He's got the weird pee-pee tube that he's got to go wee-wee. He's got it all covered. Dak is back there somewhere dead, but Luke is gonna defend his honor. Okay, so I think that Luke obviously goes right there.
This is for you, Dak.
This is for you, Dak. It's all for you, Dak. Okay, and then I guess these are the toes. So I guess I'll put this toe. Oh, okay. Let me see if there's a little instruction about the toe. Step 1 is putting the toes in. And I didn't do that first, so I've already screwed because I put Luke on first. But we're going to see if I can just jam the toes in. They said to just jam them in. That's what I'm seeing here. Is that what, are we all seeing the same thing? Jam on the toes. Ooh, toe jam. No. Okay, so make sure which one's which. Are they clear which toe is which, or is it the same? Are all Walker toes equal? These look about the same. I don't know if you can make a mistake. I think they're both the same. But let me try and get this one in. Walker, Texas Ranger. There we go. So that's the first toe. And then you get toe articulation. So this already, this foot has more articulation than the actual Luke Skywalker that you're paying for. But his head does not turn. Well, oh, his head does turn. So maybe the helmet is loosey-goosey so you can turn his head. That might, so his chin strap and everything can follow the right way. So he's got his helmet's loosey-goosey. I don't know if the helmet comes off. And I'm a little afraid, to be honest, to try to pull the helmet off. But his head does turn, and his lightsaber, again, if you wanted to have it to where Luke runs out of batteries and his lightsaber is turned off, you could just pop that blade right out. Oh, there it is. Wow. Kind of hurt myself doing that, but it was worth it. So now we've got Luke and his toe tapping good time here. These could be like wings. You could kind of like, control a flying foot. This could be his flaps. Okay, so we'll put him in here now. This has a little slot. Okay, that slot goes there. I see this goes on the outside of that. Maybe I need to consult. Oh, wait, I think I got it. I think that's it. There's that. Okay. And then what is this? This is like Superman's ship comes and crashes into this somehow. Like a little baby from planet Krypton lands into the scene. There's a whole, and then Luke adopts him. It's like a whole nother. When Disney buys DC, they'll work all that to get into it. Okay, where does that explosion go? There's a weird, I see. There's a weird little tab here. And so does that fit? I see there's a couple of LEDs. Okay, so that's that. Okay, and then this. What is this? Now I'm really confused. Is this more snow? Okay, I got it. Mr. Lobo has this figured out. And I like I said, this is not a review. This is just a view. I'm discovering this just as you're discovering this. I've never played with this before. This can come off. And if you don't have a couple of snow troopers to stand around looking awkward, you can just take that piece off with the footprints. And then you can't see. And that's weird too, because they got holes in the bottom of their feet. So what do you break a couple of toothpicks and stick them in there so that you can stand your figures up? Why wouldn't they have pegs?
Hasbro probably sells something separately for $39.99.
Yes, right. A bag of pegs for $26, so you can make your figure stand. This is the alternate front end for your walker foot. So you can just flop this in there, swap it out. There it is. See? So now that looks nice. So if you don't have this, and you can use this also, like maybe for your other action figures. Mr. Lobo could be on the scene here. Look how tiny Mr. Lobo is next to Luke Skywalker. We got Luke Skywalker and Mr. Lobo together on the icy plains of Hoth, jumping up over a walker foot, jumping up between the toes into action. And one more thing, we got to see what the batteries do, right? Because the promise of this box is it lights up. So prove it. That's what I always like to say. Let's see here. There it is. I don't know if you can see that, but it's flickering. See that? It's like a flickering fire. You have the light, bring the lights down a little bit. Flickering. This might be maybe a night light, perhaps. This would be a nice night light. Here you have your blazing fire I'm assuming, is this somebody shooting at Luke? I don't think that this walker's foot is spontaneously exploding. That's not what's happening, is it? Seemed like it would be a bad idea to keep any flammables in the foot of an AT-AT walker when it's going to be crushing on it, all its weight on it. Walker just fell down at that moment and its foot exploded on the snow. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, Aunt Beru jokes. Ooh, that's rough. I think that this is there's probably somebody here like shooting at Luke while he's jumping up. Mr. Lobo is firing a bazooka at Luke right here. While he's deflecting it with his lightsaber. There could be a snow trooper blasting at Luke with the tripod gun and missing terribly, because that's what they do. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Star Wars Black Series Luke Skywalker AT-AT Assault figure number 2. So there's a Darth Vader one apparently also. What a lovely and well-made Staction figure centerpiece for you and your family to enjoy. We will be seeing you again with another exciting view or review or preview of something else. It's Mr. Lobo signing. We made some interesting discoveries about this now that we've had it out and we've been playing around with it. We got some tight shots. We made a couple discoveries. One is how this light functions. If you push on this button for a long, well, actually, if you push on the button and it's on, it turns it off. But if you push it on short, it will stay on for a short period of time, and then it will turn itself off. I'm not sure how long it stays on, but it stays on for a short amount of time. Make a liar out of me. There, it's off. So that's about how long it stays with just pushing the button briefly. But if you want it to stay on, you push the button and hold it. And I think it will just stay on for a period of time. We'll just let that go. We were talking about having your other action figures, not your Mr. Lobo action figure, but maybe if you wanted to have one of the guys from the Toxic Crusaders cartoon come and visit Luke, this base has some holes in it, and we're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. But then we realized the pegs are here, stored underneath. So if you have this piece and you wonder where the pegs are, that's where they are. So you could pull these out, and you can place them in these holes, these pegs. The pegs are not sold separately. You don't have to send $26 to Hasbro to get some figure pegs. Okay, so you put the pegs in like that. And then I wonder if this would work. This is an old, like I said, Playmates Toxic Crusaders figure. Okay, well, these holes might not be, one of them might be metric, one of them might be standard. So I don't know if the peg holes are going to work. We're going to find out. Sort of. Yeah, there he is. Yep. Jammed it in there. So there he is. So he's standing good. So if we want to switch out our base here, we'll go for the full Monty. Have that Toxic Crusaders Star Wars crossover that everyone's been asking for. I can just get this base to go in there. Oh shoot, now it's all gone to hell. There it is. That's okay. Got his little peg hole. There it is. There it is. It's like, I give up. Don't cut me, man. There's your action set up there. Maybe Mr. Lobo could be looking on with approval. There it is. So there's your action scene. And then we can maybe have this. Did it stay on or did it turn off?
Turned on.
Well, maybe I pushed it down too long to be on for too long.
The short press for 12 seconds, long press for stay on until the battery dies.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to hopefully burn these batteries out tonight. Anyway, thank you. I just wanted to show you a couple more details on this. I think it's a nice piece, whether you choose to have the short front or whether you decide to use this as a base to show off some of your other figures. I think you'll find that it's an attractive, fun addition to your collection.
Watch Creative Continuity, Cause Tunes, Con Rewind, Mr. Lobo Does, and more on this channel.